Hello friends, title favourites Arsenal are looking for reinforcements, and with all of the fronts that they are currently fighting on, they definitely need them. After the disaster that was the Mykailo Mudryk transfer saga, they have now turned their attention to Leandro Trossard. Join me today as we head to the tactics board to talk about how Leandro Trossard might be able to improve Arsenal. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it with a like and subscribe if you haven't for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you never ever miss an upload, and let's talk about Leandro Trossard joining Arsenal and how he could improve them. Before we go to the tactics board, let's talk about some of the things around Leandro Trossard. He's played 17 matches for Brighton this season and he has scored 7 goals. He's currently their joint top scorer. He has 2 assists to his name as well, and for a backup player, that's not too bad if you're thinking about it from an Arsenal perspective. To get him out of Brighton, it will cost around about £20 million, and yet again, it is quite a good deal. 28 years old and something of a level head, a calm head to really put into that set of Arsenal youngsters. A good deal if you ask me, and something that Arsenal should seriously consider doing. This is the Arsenal team. As you can see, I have Leandro Trossard here on the right hand side, and this is because I want to talk about one of his greater attributes. It's not just the fact that he has high quality, and it's also not the fact that he's very good market value at the moment, especially with his falling out with Brighton. It's also because of his multitude of positions that he's able to play. He can play in a various amount of positions, and that's really going to help Arsenal going forwards. Remember, they need squad depth and they need quality in that squad depth, and that is exactly what, in my opinion, Leandro Trossard brings to this side. We're going to start it off by showing how he can interact in the position of Martinelli. We'll just drag Martinelli out, and as you can see, Leandro Trossard will take up this left wing position. He's right footed, so he can cut in on the right hand side, but he's also going to be making a lot of interchanging runs with Granit Xhaka, who will be swapping sides with him. This is generally what Xhaka likes to do, and Trossard can come inside, and it's all about the rotation for Arsenal. It's all about maintaining pressure and maintaining that rotation. Trossard is very good with the ball at his feet, which means any defender who comes up against him, he's able to go either to the left or he's able to go to the right. It makes him difficult to read, and when he's difficult to read, he has that kind of a Martinelli feature. He doesn't have the blistering pace, but he also has the ability to beat a man, and in this Arsenal side, that is absolutely crucial. Take one defender out of the game, and that is one more bit of space for the likes of Granit Xhaka or Odegaard to really drift into. It also allows the likes of Eddie Nketiah to really dedicate himself to the rest of the box. Zinchenko will move into midfield, and that will unleash the likes of Granit Xhaka to be able to come and make that swap with Trossard to cut inside. Remember, he's very, very good at striking the ball, which means that he's going to be wanting to have shots more often than not. On his right foot on this left hand side, I can see him taking quite a few pot shots, and that's nothing to be concerned about. He likes to really drift inside and get his shot on goal. He's very, very good, and we've seen an improvement in him at Brighton over the past couple of years. But what else could happen with him? Well, he's not just a replacement for Martinelli, as we all well and know. He's also got the ability to play in that midfield, and I actually think this is where Mikel Arteta might utilise him the most. The likes of Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka are players that are becoming very, very heavily utilised by Mikel Arteta. They are very, very important linchpins, and unfortunately, I do not believe that Mikel Arteta believes that Fabio Vieira is quite there yet. However, if you bring in a veteran, a 28-year-old veteran like Leandro Trossard, somebody who's played internationally, somebody who has the ability on the ball, and is also primed and ready to just slot in. He's a very intelligent footballer, which means that he's going to have the ability to play in the likes of a Granit Xhaka role or a Martin Odegaard. Instead of Odegaard, I can see Granit Xhaka coming out of the side just to give him a little bit of a rest. Leandro Trossard will then fit into this right hand side, and I do like the way that this would fit. He's very, very good at making soft lying runs, making sure that he's getting that interchange with Nketiah. You can also do the same with Martinelli. He's a very, very smart player. Do not underestimate him. The way that he plays off the ball is just as important as the way he plays on the ball. He has a very good passing range on him, which means that he's got that option for a switch of play to Bukayo Saka. He also has the ability to make rotational plays and recover and recycle possession. He's in one of the higher percentiles for blocks, which means that defensively he's also very good, so when it actually needs to, he can track back and try to make those defensive covering runs. I think that he's an absolute no-brainer, and in this side I can also see him being a very crucial level-headed player who's going to help some of the younger players. Like a Bukayo Saka, like a Martinelli, to really drive them forwards if you have that force like a Granit Xhaka does, just to calm the side down and allow them to go forwards with the confidence that they know that they can exude. I think it's going to be extremely crucial for Arsenal going into that later run in the title race. One final thing I'm going to mention about Leandro Trossard, and I think it's worth mentioning with Arsenal's striking situation, that being a real issue, we also do need to remember that Trossard has played as a second striker at times, and I don't think it would be too much to assume that he could change to a false 9. It would be a different role than the one that Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus picked up. However, against the smaller sides, especially in the Europa League, I can see Trossard being experimented here, especially with the ability for him to drift in and out of possession with the ball or without the ball. He's very good at picking up pockets of space. We've seen him do this for Brighton. We've seen him lead the line, and while he isn't that typical number 9 or in the ilk of a Nketiah or a Gabriel Jesus, he offers something different. And in this Arsenal side, where they are not necessarily one-dimensional, but they know their style, and eventually players and teams are going to understand how they play and how to defend against them, I think it's absolutely crucial that Leandro Trossard is given the freedom to try and experiment something like that. He can pick up different pockets of space. He can pick up spaces like this, allowing the likes of Odegaard to maybe drift into different areas. He doesn't need to make those inward channel runs. I know he's so good at them, but Trossard can really occupy that space. And remember, when he's occupying space, he's occupying defenders, which means that other space is going to become available. Perhaps this offers more space for Granit Xhaka on the inside. Perhaps Bukayo Saka can then make sure that he has an in-drifting run. All of these options become available if you change Leandro Trossard to become your false 9. Now, I don't think it's going to be a system in which Mikel Arteta is going to bank on. I don't think that it's going to be the first thing that he goes to. However, what I'm talking about is Trossard's flexibility and his ability to play across the line. It's going to be very, very useful. He's very good with the ball at his feet, is very good without the ball, and his ability to play across the front line, I think, will become invaluable for Arsenal going forwards, especially with the amount of games they have to play. A solid signing, and one that I definitely think Arsenal should go for. That's it for today, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave the video with a like and subscribe if you haven't, for more content like this coming very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you never ever miss an upload. You don't want to miss what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. But like I said, that's it from me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.